My name is Owen Renslin. I scaled my agency from 0 to 30K per month, and this video is an interview between me and Eric Kavelaars when I was at right around 20K per month in Greece. So I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Chad, scaler, estimate owner over here. So tell a bit about the background. You were, like I said, in literally the gym niche for 11 months, made $300, swapped into niche and fucking scaled like crazy. Like I said, we're gonna break down this exact matter board right now of how he did it so fast and all things he learned and all things he switched to actually make that massive leap from 0 to 20K a month in 30 days.
Real quick, we also are gonna go into exactly about what I do in the business as well. But first off, I want to go over how high school was. So I used to work all day, every day in high school. I was in the gym niche. I chose the gym niche because Charlie Morgan used it, and I just figured if he could do it, I could do it too, right? So I was in high school. I was in there about 7 to 8 hours a day. You know, I actually had fun in high school, but I was working most of those classes, I'm not gonna lie. Then I would go home, cold call for about 3 hours. After that, I would lift, do my homework, and I had barely any time to get to bed before 11 or 12. This went on for about a whole entire year, and I made no money at all. I spent the entire time just cold calling hopelessly without even knowing how to service clients, how to actually get clients, how to get contracts, how to do anything. All I was doing is just cold calling, hoping for the best. I'm assuming that's a lot of you watching this. What I did is I took a leap. I kind of fucking threw myself in the ocean, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay a bunch of money for something that I don't have. I didn't have money at all. I got fired from both of my jobs I had at a car wash and a window cleaning business, and I was literally making no money. And I was like, you know what? Let's go into debt. I have no money. I'm gonna throw it at this guy. See, it works. It works. I'm in fucking Greece.
It's not a sales switch, guys, by the way. 11 months in, and then the day, what was the actual first day? So I guess the first day that it started was the actual niche change. You were in the gym niche, and what niche did you actually switch into?
Okay, I hopped on a call with Eric, and he was telling me about some good niche options, and I was like, why are you even telling me niche options? I heard from Charlie and all these gurus and people that, like, you should never switch niches. This is terrible.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's definitely some truth to that, but I switched over to roofing because gym owners don't make any money. Like, everyone I talked to is broke. I took 40 to 50 sales calls, didn't close a single client. To put some fucking comparison to that, my close rate right now is above 45%. It really matters about actually the vehicle and the niche you're in.
If you guys are listening to this right now and you're in the gym niche, which a lot of you guys might be, like,
oh yeah,
you're cooked. Like, just literally do yourself a favor, swap out into any niche, whatever it is, roofing, real estate, like whatever, home improvement, whatever it is, because gym niche in 2024 is absolutely cooked. So please make the switch. At least going back to the niche change. So we kind of covered the niche change, but what was like the major shifts that you did as well for the viewers to actually understand that? Because I know some of you guys also might be in his position as well, 6 to 12 months. And really just trying to grind it out. But what was actually that big pivotal moment that helped you scale?
Yeah. Honestly, doing the right things. You know, you could say you work hard because you're putting in hours, but if you're not doing the right things, then you're gonna make no money. I didn't know what the right things were. I didn't figure it out myself. I just got them. And honestly, when you talk to someone that's actually doing it, because you could watch all the courses in the world, you could buy all the courses, all 997s, you could buy them all and watch all the material. I did that. But the problem is, until you talk to someone that's actually making the money, there's a belief in your head where you just don't think it's actually real. And that went on for 11 months straight until I hopped on a call with you and I was like, oh shit, I'm talking to this guy. He's making bank online. He's the same age as my brother, which is going to med school. And I honestly was like, okay, this is real and I'm gonna do this. And that mindset shift right there was pretty much everything to me. Understanding that this is possible and real is the only reason why I'm here right now. And I'm guessing a lot of you that are cold calling every single day, especially if you're in the gym niche, it's hopeless. Like, I know how it feels because you genuinely every day feels like you're just failing and you're not going anywhere because you are. And it sounds harsh, but it's true. So honestly, that was probably the biggest shift that changed everything.
If you guys are just cold calling, like, okay, when I was first starting out, I was cold calling a lot, but like, you have to be doing everything and just try literally everything you can. But if you're just gonna sit yourself in a room for like 6 months straight, not talk to anyone, not network, not travel, or maybe not travel, like just not do anything and expand your horizons, expand your mindset, and you're just going through the pain, it's very, very hard to actually scale fast. From what I've found, the only way people scale fast is literally taking action, change your mindset, change your belief system, talking to people who actually have what you want, and seeing that paradigm expand. You know, I think that's honestly the biggest thing. So what else are we going to say like with major shifts or mindset shifts?
People don't realize how important mindset is. Everyone talks about it and they're like, okay, I'm gonna do this mindset training, this, that, watch, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it is honestly 80% of what you do. Like 20%, sure, the scripts, the business, like what you actually do to fulfill. 80% of it is the mindset.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy metric that I would have not believed in your position right now. But after going through the process and actually learning what to do that is right and heading for things, throwing myself in the ocean, ending up at Clucking Greece, I'll be in Dubai in December. The only reason why I can say that is because I understand now that it's all mindset.
You guys are probably grinding and going through the pain, like I said, but it's like, guys, just expand your paradigm and literally map out all your beliefs. Okay, in order to scale to, let's say, 20K a month like Owen did, he literally had to adapt the beliefs of someone who's at 20K per month. For example, I can make money online. Before, he was like, had a shitty mindset. You literally thought you couldn't make money online, right?
Yeah, I thought it was impossible.
Yeah, exactly. So even if you try your hardest, do the exact same inputs, it's just not going to work if you don't have a belief, because your subconscious will not allow you to achieve that reality, because the subconscious is always trying to confirm your beliefs while as it reflects in reality, right? For example, if you think that cold email's hard or you're shit at sales, you can't make money online, no matter how many inputs you do, it's just not simply going to work. So I'll kind of go into that on a later on video, which I could yap on for like a while because it's a very interesting topic. I think I might have asked you, actually, I don't know if I asked this, but I've asked other mentees and other people, let's say in the agency space, and I've asked them, does it feel safe? So let's say someone's at like 1K per month, right? Does it feel safe for you to be at 10K per month right now? And they say yes, but I can hear the tremble in their throat. Their throat is clenching up. So I know that subconsciously there's something that's blocking them from getting 10K a month. I could sense that. And with Owen, he did have a lot of limiting beliefs, and that's actually the biggest mindset shift as well. So I think just getting rid of those is honestly huge.
Yeah, that's probably honestly the biggest thing you can do today.
Yeah,
to get where you want to be.
Literally just map out all your beliefs, write down a piece of paper right now, guys. Write down all your beliefs on the left side, which are old beliefs. For example, you're shit at sales, you don't know how to cold call, you don't like money, whatever it is. On the right side, you want to map out all the beliefs that are going to serve you. So right, map out the 10K per month beliefs. So right, I'm amazing at sales, amazing at service delivery, I get my clients the best results, I have insane mindset, I'm so fucking good at what I do, I love what I do, all that stuff, right? And then you guys will pretty much just teleport 10K a month, right? That's kind of the whole sauce with it.
Literally is how it works.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we're kind of rambling on a bit, but let's go into more about your offer as well. Like, so at least for the viewers right now, please don't copy this offer. Well, even if I say that, you guys will probably do anyways. What was your exact offer going into this new niche? And also, what was it before? Because I feel like a lot of guys will do stuff for your old offer, like, you know, commission or, you know, pay per result, stuff like that, which gets you absolutely fucking nowhere. So
yeah, let me talk a bit about that. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys are probably getting on these sales calls and you're charging a few $100 up front and then pay per close, a percentage of revenue. Wow, it sounds so great. You're gonna make thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
you're gonna make nothing.
Yeah,
there's a very definite way to define that, because like honestly, you need to understand that like you need to charge what you're worth first of all.
Yeah.
Until I started charging thousands of dollars up front on the call, that's the only time where people were actually taking me seriously on the call.
100%.
I was charging, even when I like just joined your mentorship, I was like, oh, I could probably just charge 500 up front, 1,000 up front, and then basically just percentage of revenue. I did that.
Yeah.
I signed 3 clients and made like a few K. In actuality, it was nothing. It was no money at all. And recently, just so you guys know, I'm charging $5,000 up front right now for 3 months of service. So that right now is my offer. Like, it sounds super simple. Also, I would recommend going through stuff like Charlie Morgan's offer creation worksheet just to build out your offer and build it up. Because obviously, like, if most of you have probably run $100 million offers, and you have, good, you understand how to actually build an offer. But on a flat line, I'm charging that for that, which sounds crazy, but it works.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of guys listening to this will literally be doing, you know, the commission deals. It just doesn't work, guys. Like, I've literally been there as well. And I know a lot of you guys be listening to this are doing that exactly. And that's also why you were in Owen's old position, right? So please take that in mind. At least, first of all, what we learned so far is have the right beliefs of 10K per month, have the right mindset shifts, take massive action, and also change your fucking offer to something more big up front. And also a bunch of other stuff we're going to go into later on, change niches, and also I think also change environments as well was a huge thing for you as well.
Right? I'm not gonna lie, I moved across the country. Sure, it was to go to college because I was planning on going to college. I was planning on going to University of Florida, which is a very good college, you know, top 5 in the US. But you know, that sounds crazy because dropping out of that school, I worked so hard to get there. right? But it's just not in alignment with my belief system. And changing that environment, just leaving my friends, leaving everything that I knew, that's all I needed to realize that, like, oh shit, I have freedom. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
What was your actual methods in past? So in your previous, let's say, old Owen, what was he doing day to day in the agency? That's
all right.
What a lot of you motherfuckers are doing right now.
Owen 0.0. We would go and pick up the phone, get a list of names. I would go on Google Maps myself and click on a bunch of businesses, write down their numbers. I would write their numbers in my cell phone, call them up with an old script that I found from Thomas Ghana, and book appointments. I would be happy about like 1 or 2 appointments a week, and show rates, I mean, probably like 30-40%. So most weeks I wouldn't really have any appointments. Obviously the ones I did, I learned a lot from. I'm not gonna lie, because I just started dialing, I learned a lot, but obviously I would make no money. On a day-to-day basis, I only had time for about 67 cold calls a day.
Okay, if you guys are listening to this right now and you're doing like 40 cold calls a day, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you fucking doing? Because, okay, if you think about it, right? Okay, when I was starting out 2 years ago after I dropped the university and started my first SMA, bro, my mentor told me to do 250 dials a day.
Yeah.
Which was fucking wild. Like, I was literally cold calling, so I was getting headaches. And now we're here in a fucking mansion in Greece and Dubai penthouse as well. But anyway, so I was doing those, but I wasn't always doing 250. I was doing like 150. But for example, me compared to Owen, if he's doing, let's say 67 per day, or just to keep it easy, let's just say 50 per day, right? Compared to me doing 150 per day, I'm literally going to progress 3 times as faster because I'm doing 3 times the actual input. So let's say if I hit 10K a month in 3 months, it was literally, according to math, it would take him 3 times that. So it would take him 9 months.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 months. So keep that in mind, guys. It's literally just going 10K a month is literally like all input and just mindset as well. This is literally just volume, because volume negates luck. Very important thing. So we'll kind of get back into what we're actually doing now. And this is a ton of sauce, by the way. So we'll kind of show you guys the exact process of the business right now and what we actually changed to go from making $300 in 11-month period to now doing over 20K per month as a university dropout. In the first 30 is a new niche change.
Okay. As of right now, these are, roofers right here. And basically, I'm just going to walk you through the entire pipeline of my entire business. This is completely foolproof. Like, you go through it and do all these things, you will make this money with the mindset stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, I lead scrape. I have setters that do this now for me, but basically lead scrape with any data scraper. You can get thousands of leads very quickly. I would use Instant Data Scraper. That's been my go-to. After you go ahead and do that, throw them through a drip campaign through cold SMS. I usually do this through GoHighLevel, and basically you just import loads of leads, right? You can send out thousands of SMS, get tons of appointments, and go ahead and call them up, okay? So instead of a cold call, it's more of a warm call, so they're a little bit more warm to you. And basically schedule those in after that initial call into the sales call, which I call the demo call. Basically what you do is you send them over a video, okay? This is the most important thing. Honestly, after joining your mentorship, this is the biggest implementation that changed the most, because when you send them video and send them resources, like from the time that you book them to the actual time of the meeting, that is when they're getting sold. They're looking for your authority. They're looking for like what you've actually done in the past, etc., your results, blah, blah, blah. The point is, that's when you sell yourself, because if you don't do that, then obviously they're probably not even going to, first of all, show up to the call, and second of all, they're not even going to buy from you because they don't even know who you are.
Like, so many people are always like saying, telling me, my show up rate's like 30-40%. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? You would just have zero value perception is what it is. Because let's say Alex Hermosi booked in a sales call with you. Would you no-show that sales call? Absolutely not. He literally has 100% show up rate. If you guys don't have any sort of content sent before the call, they're simply just not going to show up. And even if they do show up, they're not going to fucking close, right? Before I had this in place, I was getting all the time like, why don't you think about it? Let me talk to my business partner, let me talk to my wife, all that stuff. And then now, after I put this in place, pretty much all that stuff just went away. And same as you, like, I feel like a lot of guys in the audience might be thinking like, how is your fucking close rate? Like, 45%. Like, that doesn't seem like legit, but it is literally legit. We have all the data to back this up. And it's all just because a few things we're going to tell you guys later on as well. But honestly, big thing is just the actual perceived value and just authority. Because if you think about it, when was the last time that you guys bought something from someone online and that was the first time you've ever seen them?
Almost never.
Like, literally never. So just think of yourself that, right? The only reason I could just DM close people on my mentorship, and that's why everyone pays me so much money, is because they trust me and they've seen me on YouTube and I have authority. and I'm just overall cool guy. And I will scale people, and I also have best results in the market. But I guess going back into the other stuff, so tell us a bit more about the actual setting framing. I kind of want to just contrast a bit more as well. So like kind of what were you doing compared to before at What You Made?
Before in sales, I use Charlie Morgan's script. Now, I'm pretty against using sales scripts because if you're on a call with someone and they're reading a sales script to you, do you think you're going to buy from them? Like, I'm sorry.
Like, yeah, it's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
And so that sales script has like probably 34 questions on it, a ton of discovery, which is the right intention. You want a lot of discovery in these sales calls. A general framework to go with for sales is the closer framework by Alex Ramosi. That will basically give you the best yield for your return or result or whatever, or for your inputs or whatever. But basically, I used to just go through the script and at the end hope like, maybe this guy's gonna give me money this time.
Bro, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I remember I was looking back at my old sales call recordings as well, and like early, like 2 years ago, and I was literally looking at my eyes, reading across the screen. Yeah. And I was like, okay, if I'm in the prospect's shoes, like, there's just no way they're paying me any money.
No.
And it just seems like so sus. It's just like, it just doesn't seem like you have any, like, you just don't know what you're doing, it seems like, and you don't know anything about the product or anything like that. So very important to kind of, okay, have an overall framework, let's say, but don't like read word per word. Like, you could maybe have the script there, but don't fucking look at it the entire time, because they're just gonna lose so much trust when you do that. So
yeah, honestly, framework is more important than the script. But for a general framework for you guys, I recommend obviously rapport building, spending 20 to 30 minutes on discovery. So asking questions, digging out the pain, asking the why. And also, don't just fucking blow through questions. Like, ask them a question, sit there in silence, let them build on that question. And if they didn't build enough, ask them why. Ask them, you mind like building a little bit more on that? You can dig into these questions, and that's when the true pain is going to come out. And that's the reason that you're going to be able to close them. Yeah. Because once they realize that they're not in the current state that they want to be in, the current state that they want to be in is not where they want to be. You can draw yourself as the bridge to where they want to be, and then you can only do that with enough discovery. Also, one thing I want to preface, do your best to pre-handle all objections. At the end of the call, you're gonna get, let me talk to my wife, my dog, my cat, or think about it, all these random shit, like that. Obviously it's all BS, like, and you know that, I know that. And so it's really important that you go through your calls, find out what objections you're getting at the end, and go ahead to implement stuff to just get rid of them. Yeah. Like, for example, let's say someone says, I need to talk to my wife, dog, or cat. Okay, at the beginning of the call, when you're setting frame for the call, what you want to do is say like, do you have a wife and kids? Okay, cool. Are they going to need to be a part of this call today? Because obviously, if you need someone else to make a decision today, you're going to want to go ahead and get them on here, whether that's a business partner or a wife. And if you say that and they agree and they're like, oh no, I don't need that, I'm not myself. At the end, if they tell you I need to talk to my wife, you'd be like, what do you mean? You said you didn't have to. And that instantly is crushed.
Yeah.
That is the most powerful thing in sales, pre-handling those objections.
100%. There's also another objection to handle, let's say, and also, by the way, I don't really like to handle too many objections because
you shouldn't even get them.
I know, exactly. And once you have all these pre-frames in place, the content setting, like, you guys just won't get objections anymore. And this is the biggest paradigm shift I had, because if you guys get a cold call from someone and they say, hey, let's book in a sales call tomorrow, you say, okay, sure. Let's say in the odd chance you actually show up because they have low perceived value and you haven't got anything sent to them, and they say, okay, pay me $5K up front, and you didn't even know that they existed a day ago. Like, are you gonna pay that money? No, probably not. No. So you guys are literally expecting strangers on the internet to pay you money, and they've never seen your face before. They've never even seen what you look like. They don't even know what you sound like, and they didn't even know you existed a day ago. And now you're expecting them to pay you $5K up front on a sales call. Like, what are you doing? So you guys need to be sending them content and really just pre-framing it and having massive authority in the niche. And that's honestly the best way to do it, because after you put those things in place, you're pretty much not going to get any more objections anymore, because you have just so much perceived value and trust, and also rapport as well.
Framing is everything in sales. The best thing that you can do is make it seem like they're coming to you, especially if you're originally coming to them. Because, I mean, have you gotten any messages from like people on like, yo, do you want to try this partnership, blah, blah, blah? Yeah. You're not going to buy that unless you just like kill the framing. Yeah. So that's really important that you nail that.
I guess we kind of covered, we were kind of yapping a while for sales, to be honest, but yeah, we could kind of go into more of the actual success calls. So, okay, this is actually a massive thing here. So what was like the biggest, I guess the success call is honestly the biggest thing for service to read.
So when you sign a client, there's going to be a lot of things going through their head. There's going to be a lot of stuff for them to do. As soon as you give them access to whether it's GoHighLevel, whatever CRM, they're going to be lost. If you don't set expectations properly for what they actually need to do themselves to get good results, then they're literally going to churn, and it's not even going to matter that you signed them in the first place. This happened to me countless of times until I fixed it. Also, one thing I do want to preface, I have success call onboarding form link before I take payment on the call, just so like if they close, they're like, okay, let's do it. Awesome. It's a little bit easier for them. There's a cognitive bias or something. It's a little bit easier for them to buy from you if they've already done something for you, like a little bit. But basically that success call, because like you know about the onboarding call, I have an onboarding call here basically to set them up, and that looks like Facebook integration, high-level setup, whatever the case may be. But also I have another success call. Now this is what people don't do, and you need to have another call so they can actually like learn the CRM, learn what they need to do themselves, especially if you're doing done with you, because I'm assuming you guys don't have call centers, but you need to properly align those expectations, because if they're not aligned, then you're just going to lose all of your clients and monthly recurring revenue doesn't exist for you.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of guys at the start don't have that in place at all, so I think that's a huge value add to start.
Yeah, definitely build out 2 separate calls to get them onboarded and get them launched, because it'll help churn so much.
Okay guys, so we actually wanted to switch the scenery because it's got a pretty nice sunset going on. Well, now it's a bit cloudy to be honest, but anyways, we actually just wanted to kind of recap the video. We didn't really want to go too much into the nitty gritty at the end because it wasn't too applicable for, I guess, majority of you guys, but we just wanted to recap because going from 11 months making $300 after 11 months total is absolutely like disgustingly low, but it's like, it's such a crazy transformation. And all the stuff we mentioned on the video, I realized like it doesn't seem like it was enough. Like it doesn't seem like only those small changes he made actually made a difference. Like it doesn't seem like it was actually could have made him from, 0 to 20K a month in 30 days. It was 37 days actually. But I just want to kind of recap and really just focus on mindset, because that's where everyone struggles with mindset, to be honest. So I honestly everyone struggles with mindset. So I guess we just kind of want to recap very important last few minutes here. So what was kind of the biggest, or just kind of recap and also add in on the bold mindset shifts?
Okay, so like I said, because it's 80% of everything, like this stuff doesn't matter near as much as the mindset stuff, because until you realize you could do it. And so I think the best things you could do to train your mindset and do better, start reading. I know everyone says it, but actually do it. Start reading, listening to audiobooks. I really recommend a few certain books, such as Reality Transurfing, as well as some others. That is a huge game changer. You read that book and you literally change. There's a lot of other things you can do that I'm not sure we can mention, but start off with basic stuff, whether that's meditation, affirmations. I recommend stuff like self-transcendence packets as well, if you guys know anything about Alchemy of Self from Sam Ovens. Visualizing what you want and actually knowing what you want too, because if you don't know what you want, then how are you going to get it? I'm assuming a lot of people watching this were like me, in a sense that they were just watching videos, Iman Gaji, random guys, just not really knowing what they want. Like I wrote out on a packet probably a year ago of all like pictures of everything that I want. This exact watch, the apartment I currently live in Florida, this type of clothing, like everything. And I didn't even realize it, but it all came true. The only reason why is because I actually put it in that packet and I visualized it because I knew what I wanted. And that just came. I didn't even purposefully buy this because it was in my packet. I was just like, oh wait, this watch looks cool. And I was like, oh wait, this is the same one I had in my packet. Reality has a weird way of coming to people that actually know what they want. It's crazy.
I had this exact same thing, like going from making up like my own story when I was at $0 a month, saying this is exactly how my life is going to play out.
Yeah.
And I'm literally in the to be continued blank space part. I don't even know what to do next, but we're gonna fucking keep on scaling. But I mean, feel like everyone who goes through the Alchemy of Self thing from Sam Ovens really, most of the time they always achieve everything they want. Yeah, as long as you just put in your subconscious, I think that's a big thing about
and do the
yes.
They'll just end up with everything on there. It's crazy.
100%. And I'm just trying to think of other just mindset stuff, because like there's just a massive shift. Like it seems like we didn't cover enough almost. I mean, literally telling you guys everything. Like it's not that deep.
It's not that complicated. I don't know about you, but for me, talking to someone and actually just finding someone that's like can understand you and actually is doing it and has done it was the biggest shift. And the only way you can get that is through a mentorship, because you could buy, like I said, you could buy all these courses, all this information, and it's great. Sure, you can buy all these books, but until you like physically talk to the person and they're on a call with you and they are showing you how much money they make, there's no way in hell that you're ever going to believe that this is possible. So you need a mentor of any kind. You need a mentor.
And even I have mentors that say, like, even Charlie Morgan's mentors, Sam Owens' mentors, billionaires, they still have mentors. And I have tons of mentors in every single area of my life. And I always bring you so much faster. And I'm seeing guys, and you were literally in courses for like close to a year pretty much without a mentor.
Yeah, so much stuff.
Literally. And then within 30 days of getting a mentor, it happens to me. We go from 0 to 20K a month in 30 days. And I have countless other stories of this, of guys in courses, they just have a mentor. And then once they do get a mentor, whether it's me or someone else, I don't really care. I just want to help as many of you guys out as possible. It's like they just scale rapidly. I think that's honestly the missing key that a lot of guys will really miss out on. And also a lot of guys in this villa right now, in this fucking big ass mansion as well.
Or in the carry set, and there's like 7 of them.
Yeah, there's like 7 guys down there. And they were also all in courses for months and months on end. And they never fucking scaled until they got a mentor. And the minimum income here is 10K a month, and everyone else highest income is about $1 million per month actually from one of the guest speakers. But at least in the mentees are, I think highest is about 50K per month right now, but in the pretty much all profit as well. So that's honestly really solid. And like I said, only difference between them and you guys is they literally got a mentor a few months ago, and now we're in a fucking massive Greece mansion. So it's absolutely insane. I'm actually loving this trip, bro.
I've had you out and I'll leave this place.
Like we were on a yacht today. Yeah. It was crazy time. Cliff jumping, just having fun, just swimming in the sun. Like it's just so much fun. And we're literally just a bunch of university dropouts who just bet on themselves and just went all in like a few months ago or a few years ago, whatever it is. And now we just print like yearly salaries from our monthly laptops.
It's crazy how much you can learn in 6 months.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Also, I think biggest thing was just also dropping university as well.
Yeah.
Because your environment and your subconscious just related that so much to a lower frequency of money. But the moment you kind of fully let go and dropped out, then your income also exploded quite a lot as well.
Yeah, I think honestly, like I didn't want to drop out. I was at a really good school, but I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, but she could kind of convince me to drop out. She totally convinced me to drop out. And I think you just need to find your own path because not everyone's path works for you. If you think differently and you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're not on the same path as the kids that are also at school with you.
Yes, exactly. And I felt like a lot of guys will feel very lost sometimes and just kind of clueless and just very, I guess, isolated university. That's exactly how I felt 2 years ago before I dropped university and went fully on an SMA. And it's just like, if you feel that feeling, you're in a good spot is what I'm trying to say. Like you had that feeling, I had that feeling, and pretty much everyone watching this who's in university is having that feeling right now. It's just crazy to see what we could do in the matter of a few months. Like we're literally just traveling around the world right now, printing our haters who hated on us their yearly salary every single month, or sometimes every single week in this case scenario, and not paying tax legally, of course. Thank you, Dubai. He's a US citizen, so it's a bit hard for him, but he's been cooked. But it's just such a fun time, and it's having a lot of time with all the mentees right now. It's crazy. So the next retreat is going to be in Dubai, and then next one's going to be Cape Town. So we're gonna have the next one in December on Dubai. Gonna have 30 mentees out there. So if you guys want to join these crazy trips and also scale like insanely fast like Owen did, like I said, was in a course, tried a bunch of shit for a year, made $300 after a year. Now he's doing 20K months, traveling around the world with us in Europe, living in this fucking crazy mansion, only 30 days after joining the membership. And obviously you guys aren't going to get the same results. I'm just going to be real. Not everyone's going to get the exact same results as Owen because you have to fucking put in the work, and people don't get results if they don't put in the work, and that's kind of it. But if you guys do want to join these trips and also have me as a mentor and other guys mentor as well, then just DM me on Instagram, message me. My username is Eric, so just at Eric on Instagram. DM me something about mentorship and SMA. I'm happy to have a quick chat with you and get you sorted. So I've got pretty limited spots now, but I'll take a few guys on. So message me first. We're kind of get party, but I think that's it though. So we're gonna head off to dinner and have a fun final supper. It's going to be crazy.
I sincerely hope you found a lot of value in this video, and if you did so, again, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. But if you're a current or inspiring agency owner looking to scale, you don't know how to book appointments, you don't know how to fulfill for your clients, then I want you to see the link in the description and go ahead and click it. It's a video of me explaining how I can help solve your problem because I solved it for myself. So without further ado, I will catch you in the next one, and good luck.